Hello, everyone. Well, a few days ago, I made the delicious mistake of eating a watermelon near my computer. And it was a very good watermelon, and it was very juicy, which means that the juices kind of splattered in many different directions on my desk, and particularly here on my keyboard. I've already cleaned my desk and my screen, but I have yet to clean my keyboard, so that's what I'm going to do today. So you can see a few drops here and there, and it's kind of about time for me to clean it anyway. So we have some Q-tip cotton swabs, and we have some isopropyl alcohol. So let's pour a little bit of this. It's probably way more than we need. I also have a cloth here if we need it. So let's just start. Dip our Q-tip in here. We're just going to go key by key, getting rid of all the little spots. Just like that. I don't use these keys very much, so they don't have like dirt for my fingers on them. They just have the dirt that's collected to the sticky part of the watermelon. I do often eat at my computer. Since we don't have a TV, I will often watch a movie while I eat. Well, I wouldn't say often, but sometimes. We do try to do the family eating thing together as much as possible, which is always good. Don't need very much of the alcohol. But usually when I eat in front of the computer, it's not as messy. While we're looking here at this Q-tip, definitely tell this keyboard needed to be cleaned. find that these type of keys are a little bit easier to clean than the traditional black keys that have the sloping sides to them. I use the delete key a lot. It's definitely dirty. Probably need to bring my keyboard that I use at work in here and clean it, because I think it's dirtier than this one. Because it's been a lot longer since it's been cleaned. Not only have I been cleaning up my physical space, but I've been cleaning up my digital space as well. I've been using the new upgrade to iOS 8 on my iPad. To go through and clean up things like my contacts, going through and seeing if I am still in contact with those people. I found some that I had in my contact book from nearly 10 years ago, and I'm sure all the information for those people has changed, and they live in a completely different state, especially things like business contacts. You know you're never going to need that information again because you don't live there anymore. And I've been cleaning up my photos in iPhoto. I found that there's a lot of things that you take pictures of that are very temporary, like maybe a set of directions or a business card, and then you transfer the information off of that business card, or maybe take a screenshot of something off your iPad or something, and all of those get put into iPhoto just as if they were super important photos. So you oftentimes have to go through and just clear all that cruft out. It's really just taking up space, and you're never going to need it again. Things like that. Trying to organize some really old photos. My mom had scanned in a big batch of photos of the family, starting at like the late 1800s and So there are lots of black and white photos of people looking very severe, like they did back then. So I've been trying to just organize them into just a general rough decade. Like, was this in the 1930s? Or was it in the 1920s? Just making some rough estimates. It's neat seeing old photos like that. Your ancestors who managed to survive some pretty tough times, especially in the 30s. But it is weird having photos of people you have never known. I mean, you know, it's like your great-great-grandfather and grandmother, but you never talked to them, you never interacted with them. So they're kind of like strangers in that aspect, sitting in your computer, is staring at you from the screen. Part of my family comes from the area of the United States known as Appalachia. Part of Appalachia is in West Virginia, and part of it is in Kentucky. Part of it is in Virginia. I think some of it is in Tennessee. It's kind of the roughly analogous to the Smoky Mountain region. People who live there. There's a lot of poverty there. A lot of my family came up through that. I think most of them are on the Kentucky side. So most of the photos are not of people sitting in living rooms with white dresses and top hats and things like that. Most of them are men and women sitting up in front of a cabin. Men will have suits on, but all the adults look very worn from their hard life. They're surrounded by their children front of a house that's kind of a combination, somewhere between a small house and a shack. It's where they started their family. That was my great-grandfather. He went to work for the railroad in Cincinnati. After the war, and was able to provide a much better upbringing for his kids. Okay, there are those keys done. Now let's move over to this side, and we'll do these. These keys don't get nearly as much action as they used to, since I don't play video games on my computer as much anymore. These were always the keys that got played the most over here on this side. The game I've been playing recently is Civilization, so it's not this action-packed game, so not a lot of pounding on the keyboard of that game. So we're almost done here with the keys. Then we'll focus on the metal part of the keyboard. Okay. Now, We'll do this big section here first. Yep, that was dirty. There we go. Okay. Now, we'll do this section here. On the outside first. And we'll do in between. Been looking back over my last few videos and realized that quite a few of them have been of me cleaning things, but people seem to enjoy them, and I enjoy making them. So that's not a bad thing at all. Okay. Definitely looks better. Not quite sure why this is discolored here. There we go. Nice and clean. thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please subscribe to my channel to see me clean more things and do other type of ASMR videos for you. But thank you for watching this one. I'll see you guys later.